into today's workout. Lots of announcements here, guys. Starting with the live classes, our next virtual class is today at 11:45, so be sure to sign up. Remember, the sign up window closes 30 minutes before the class, so sign up before that. We'll follow up with a link to get into the Zoom account. Next week, we will be running 3 classes based on your feedback. That's what we're going to tailor the days and times, so get your feedback to us, guys. The feedback is not final, meaning whatever we run next week doesn't mean that's what we're going to be doing the following week. So keep the feedback coming, guys. We're going to adjust the schedule based on that feedback. So get it to us so we can give you guys what you want in terms of virtual classes. Also, with the virtual classes, make sure your account is updated with your email. So that way the Zoom account or the Zoom link does not go to a different account, guys. We're only using the email that we have on your Mind Body profile. So if you're not sure, double check and update it if you need to, so you get the email and you don't miss out on the virtual class. Next, equipment rental. Expect an email from us at some point today with confirmation of equipment and pickup schedule, pickup times, okay? So you can look forward to that. If you have not gone through the Google form and you are looking to rent out some of bigger or smaller objects, the form is still live. Go back to Wednesday's or even Monday's blog where you will find the link there where you can fill out the Google form, and I will contact you guys next week for anybody that does it from Friday and on. And if you did the Google form up until Thursday or before Friday morning, expect that email from me at a later point today, okay? I'm gonna pass it over to Jess here for the workout.
Hey guys, so we have a 15-minute AMRAP for your workout today. Max effort is kind of the name of the game today. We're going for max effort Sumo Deadlift high pulls for reps. The idea here as you go through these 15 minutes is that you're going to hit failure and then you're going to go for your break repeatedly, time and time again. So it's kind of about hitting failure and recovering over and over again. You every time you break on that Sumo Deadlift high pull, you are going to complete a 400-meter run, a 500-meter row, 30 calories on a bike, or 25 burpees. So kind of pick your poison here and see what your break is going to be. We are considering a break to be the moment when the barbell or your object hits the floor and stays there and you have to let go. So if you complete your rep at the top and you need to take a breath there, you can do that. That's still considered unbroken, but as soon as you put that object down and let go, you've now broken your reps. So record where you're at and then take off for your run, your row, whatever you're gonna be doing. If you do not have a barbell, you have a kettlebell or a dumbbell, you can definitely make this work with a single object. But if you're working with something really light, today might be a good day for you to go for something a little bit more of an odd object. So throw your dumbbell in a backpack, add some weight if you can, something that's a little bit more awkward, and make the part of the challenge for you today sort of dealing with that odd stimulus, maybe the weight's a little bit uneven from one side to the other. If your only option is something light, we're gonna cap you at 30 reps for each one of those max effort attempts. So you're gonna complete 30 Sumo Deadlift high pulls with whatever your object is, and then you're gonna go for your break, even if you could continue on. Each round, cap yourself at 30 reps, okay? Make sure you record your score, post it on the YouTube channel, and let's see how many people can get.
Okay, now for the afterburn, just like the workout, you're going for that burn today. So in the workout, it's that cardiovascular, you might feel the burn here. Those muscles are gonna be pumping, guys. So pump o'clock, if you did it last time, which was about, I think 3-4 weeks ago, it's back, so it's 100 bicep curls, 100 tricep extensions. Use your bands. If you don't have dumbbells, if you don't have kettlebells, so use those bands. Accumulate 100. If you can't complete 100, that's fine. If you gotta break up sets of 10, do 10 here, 10 here. However, you gotta break it up, guys, go for it. It's not often we do this. The whole point of that is really think about shoulder positioning while you're doing one of those curls or those extensions that you're not struggling. But we'll go over that stuff in later in this video, guys.
Okay, we are starting off with our warm-up today, guys, with a 2-minute run, bike, skip, or you can do some jumping jacks. After you're done that, we're gonna get into a 3-rounder, starting off with some ATYs. So for these, we're gonna start off on our stomachs, we're gonna make sure our shoulders are back and down. So you wanna make sure you're not shrugging the shoulders up. You wanna keep them away from the head and neck, so you're pulling them towards the hips. And then your hands are gonna be out at your sides. You're making the A shape with your hands, and you're just gonna raise them up off the ground. Try to stay engaged through your core. We're just gonna go for 5 of those, pinching those arms at the top. After you're done 5, you're gonna go for your T's, hands out the sides, pinching those shoulder blades together at the top every time. And then finally, you're gonna go into the Y. So the hands overhead into that Y position. Once you're done 5 of those, you're gonna come on over to the side of your body for some side planks, and we're gonna add a leg raise. So you can do this from the forearm, just as demonstrating from the hand here. Either one is fine. And then we're just gonna raise one leg all the way up. You're gonna feel your butt squeeze when you get to the top, and then come back down for 5 reps. Try not to overarch your back in this, guys. Try to feel your abs tensioning up. Guys is showing from the side plank on the forearm, which is also okay. You might find it a little bit easier to bounce from. After that, we're gonna go for 5 Renegade rows per side. So we're gonna demonstrate here with a paint can. We wanna make sure your other hand is propped up. You can do these with dumbbells often, where the dumbbell's low to the ground, but because we're using an odd object, you want your hands to be about in line with each other so you have a range of motion on the row. So what's gonna happen is Jess is gonna drive that elbow up as she would in a row, keeping that core tight. Again, more focus on squeezing those shoulder blades, staying in a nice perfect plank position here, butt tight, rib cage down. Once you're done those 5 per side, we're gonna go for some sumo good mornings. Last time we showed these with a PVC on your back. Today we're gonna show you with an odd object. So we're just gonna get into our sumo stance, wider than our squat, toes turned out, and then we're gonna keep the legs nice and straight, and we're just gonna fold forward, letting that weight kind of pull you down. You wanna feel the stretch in the hamstrings here, and you wanna feel the low back activate as you go through these. Pause for about 3 seconds at the bottom every time, and then when you stand up, opening up that hip all the way at the top, squeezing your butt, making sure we're not overarching. Enjoy the warm-up. We will see you next for the workout. Welcome everybody for the workout. So 15-minute AMRAP, we're doing sumo deadlift, high pulls, max effort, and then we're going for our run or other source of cardio. If you guys are using a weighted barbell for your sumo deadlifts, our RX weight would be somewhere around 95 for the guys, 65 for the girls. You should be able to get somewhere around 15 to 25 reps with that range, and then go into that run. For the sumo deadlift, we're gonna first demonstrate with a PVC, so if you have a barbell, you can do that. So we're just getting down to the bottom of our deadlift stance. Again, feet a little bit wider than your squat, toes slightly turned out. Bar's gonna stay close to the shins. We're gonna start off by standing up the hips, and then as soon as you pop that hip at the top nice and quick, you're gonna explode that bar up. Notice how the elbows are nice and high in that extension. So Yash can show us a few just regular time cycles here. So again, squeezing the hips, then using that to drive up your bar. If you guys are using an odd object, kettlebell, dumbbell, something like that, it's the exact same thing. Maybe show them from the side view there, Yash. So you can see that shin is staying quite perpendicular to the floor here. That hip is gonna extend just before he pops it to drive up that weight. And I'll just show you a few reps cycled from the side here, guys. Really work on that timing. First pop in the hip, second pop in the upper body to pull that object up. Enjoy the workout today, guys. We'll see you for the afterburn. Okay, welcome everybody you just found us for pump o'clock. Perfect time, favorite time of day. Starting off with the bicep curls. You're going for 100 bicep curls. Most of you guys have a dumbbell or a kettlebell now. If you don't have that, we'll go over a couple other objects. Starting with that dumbbell, curl is pretty straightforward here, guys. You're gonna keep that elbow close to the body. Remember full range of motion. So you're gonna lock that elbow all the way out, and then you're gonna pull that weight all the way in. Try to avoid using momentum or throwing your kind of back or hip into it. Sometimes we see that. Yash is really good at that. I wonder if he's practiced that at some point in his life. So that's the first option with the bicep curl. We'll show you with a dumbbell what you can do for your tricep extension. So we're actually going to get Yash to sit down on the box here. and he's just gonna raise that elbow up nice and tall and let that weight kind of hang behind. And then he's just gonna extend that arm up all the way, again, blocking out that elbow all the way and then bringing it back down. Try to not let that elbow stray out to the side, so try to keep it in line if you can, pointing up as you bring that dumbbell down, again, keeping it close to the body. So those are two common options. We're gonna go over some less common options. So for the bicep curl, if you are using one dumbbell, you can do it with both arms if you have two dumbbells. If you only have one dumbbell or kettlebell, you can do it one hand at a time. Another option, if you have weights at home, you can grab a PVC or a broomstick and you can slide a weight through it, and you can do both arms at the same time. So again, keeping the elbows close to the body, same rules in effect here, pulling that bar up with the weight, and that way you're doing 100 reps, doing both arms at the same time. So that's one option there. We're gonna go over one other option now that you guys have bands. A lot of you guys have bands for the tricep extensions. So we have a band here tied off to something up over our head, and you can see she's just gonna start off, first of all, putting some tension on that band, starting off with the elbows parallel to the floor, and then he's gonna bring the bands out forward, squeezing those triceps, of course, at the end. You can probably see them through his shirt right now. That's even after 3 or 4 reps. Imagine after 100. So there are some different options here, guys. Enjoy this one. It's a little bit different. Have fun with it. See how those arms feel tomorrow.